Welcome to the Somos Sunnyside Podcast, brought to you by the Communications Department of the Sunnyside Unified School District. Thank you for tuning in while we share stories about the bright side of education.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Somos Sunnyside. That's right, we are Sunnyside. I'm Jose Gastel, the proud superintendent of the Sunnyside Unified School District, and we are here again to highlight just amazing programs that we have in the district, the success we're having with our student athletes and also academically. But today, we want to talk about Sunnyside High School women's basketball, the Lady Devils. So we're here to highlight just the success that you guys have had over the years. And I'm joined by a few student athletes that are going to introduce themselves here in a minute. So we are here with Coach Justin Delgado, and he has recently been named 6A Region Coach of the Year. And you have done an amazing job of putting Sunnyside girls basketball on the map. So tell us a little bit about Sunnyside basketball. But before we get there, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, where did you come from? You know, what do you do, and why Sunnyside? And how many years have you been there? And talk a little bit about, where we're headed.
Well, thank you for having us first and foremost, sir. I really appreciate you having us and our program here. For myself, I've been coaching at Sunnyside since 2020. I started during the COVID year, was hired by our athletic director, Casey O'Brien, gave me a shot. I had been coaching previously before that with Bavakiri High School and many other numerous schools as long as 10 plus years, and then I've been with plenty of club ball teams as well. So I've been coaching basketball for a pretty long time now. It's my passion. My daughter's actually graduated from Sunnyside High School in 2023. I have a current daughter who's in Sunnyside right now, and she's a junior. And then I have a family basically of 5 daughters, 2 sets of twins. Been married to my lovely wife, Yahida. Yeah. And so
that's
it's actually
a whole basketball team, man.
Yeah.
Five daughters.
5 starters. Yeah.
I heard a birthday. Whose birthday?
Yeah, it's my wife's birthday actually today.
So we you're in trouble, man. We're borrowing you for a little bit, but we'll give you back to wife.
Yes.
Later today. So tell me a little bit about just the success of the program. I know that doesn't come easy. I mean hard work. I mean there's to run a winning program like you have over these years, and you have probably, a few conference championships, and our girls are competing hard in the playoffs every year. So tell us about how you built that and how you're continuing to build that.
For sure. It's just, I think, setting those expectations from day one of what's important to us, building that good student rapport with the ladies that play here. And pretty much for me, it started on the defensive end. Also with their development, and then lastly for them just to have fun. And I think you get a lot of buy-in when they do all 3 of those things, and we can compete at a high level because we have a lot of great students here in the district, or student athletes here in the district, and it's just then coaching them up and getting them and putting them in the right position. And I believe we've done that over the years, and I think a big part of that also is not just them themselves, but it's also my coaching staff. Mm-hmm. I have great people that I trust, from prior coaches like Julius Johnson to my current coaches, Paul Goli, Ricardo Medina, Haley Goli, and Pete Delgado. I mean, these are all people who've helped me shape this program. It's not just a one-person effort.
Absolutely. It's hard to do it yourself, right?
For sure.
So definitely got to count on those people that have the same vision as you. So speaking of student athletes, we have 3 student athletes with us here, and I'm going to let themselves introduce themselves. Tell me your name, tell me your position, what your grade, and then we're going to get into some conversation about the basketball season. So let's start with, I'm passing the ball over to my right here. Let's start with you, Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor Rainwater. I am a junior and I am a guard. I have been on varsity since my freshman year, and I've been with the program for, actually before my freshman year, playing a little bit with them
some
up in
ball.
8th grade at club ball.
All
so
right.
for about 4 years now.
All right, so you're a junior.
I'm a junior.
All right, so you're coming back next year.
Yes,
Good.
I am.
All right, let's pass it on over here to my left. Go for it. Come on, Dora. Don't be shy.
My name is Dora Medina. I'm a junior, and I play point guard. And I've been on varsity for 3 years now, since my freshman year.
Okay. Awesome.
Where'd you go to middle school at?
Oh,
Make sure they
Gallego.
Gallego Intermediate. So you're a gatita, right?
Yes.
From Los Gatos. And then let's hand it over here to Isa.
I'm Esabella Barajas. I am a senior. I play wing forward, anything I'm needed for. And I've been on varsity 3 years since I've transferred.
Okay, cool. So you're a senior, so you're graduating this year.
Yes, sir.
Any big plans next year?
Right now my plan is I'm seeing how college goes, but my backup is going to military.
Okay. So basketball still may be in the picture here?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So I want to talk and correct me, because there's a lot of accolades going on here, and I want to be sure to highlight some pretty impressive things that I've done a little homework and research here. But as I was looking at all sports, they just came out with the girls all-stars, right? And so the first thing I saw there was they do something like the 5, right? So it's the top 5 players across Southern Arizona, and Esabella Barajas was on that list, right?
Yes.
And so you're looking at me like you don't know. Do you not know?
I didn't
You
know.
don't? Oh wow! You got to read that article. And then they had the 6A first team, the 6A 5, and you had 3 players that were on the 5 of in that whole conference, and that was Isa, AJ Yanez, and Dora Medina, and then you had 4 first teamers.
Correct.
And it's the same 3, and then Esabella was also, and then you were coach of the year, which was pretty cool. So as I look at some of these accolades, you guys were 6A South Region champs. This is your 4th straight year as region champs, I believe, right?
Correct.
So that's a huge accomplishment, being 4 straight years. And I'm looking at Isa's shirt that says 6A South 4P, okay? All right. And so, you've also won 5 of the last 6 conference championships. You've been in the open division for 4, is it 4 straight years now in the open division?
Correct.
See, so far I'm batting 1,000 here. And then you were you number 8 going into the 6A?
Yes.
As well. And so you guys have been in the playoffs probably the last 6 years? Is it the last 6 years
Since I took over, we've been in the playoffs every single year.
Oh, that's awesome. And so Coach, what do you attribute the success to? I mean, obviously, you got some buy-in here. You got student athletes that want to come to Sunnyside, play basketball. Obviously, it's important to start them young, and I know you're in the club ball scene a little bit, and so but not one of the things I like to talk a lot about is the complete student athlete, because there's an academic side to that as well. So you got to not only compete on the court, but you got to take care of the grades in the classroom. And it seems that you guys have done that very well. So Coach, what do you contribute the success of the program? I mean, you guys are competing at high levels each and every year, and that expectation. I know Sunnyside talks a lot about the expectation of excellence, right? That seems to be the theme around Sunnyside. And so tell us, Coach, talk to us a bit about the success and why you continue to have success.
Yeah, like I said, I think it just goes back to building the program and having people around you that you trust and want the same things, have the same goals, and then just getting that buy-in with the girls, having an actual relationship with them more than just the actual coaching. Someone may come in the gym and see us like yelling at them or getting on them in a stern way or tough coaching, but they don't know that that's all backed by a relationship that's built over time with them. I'm never going to just straight up come and yell at a girl. I demand certain things and they know what it is, and it's never easy, but I think we have certain goals that we want to strive for, and that's what they want and that's what we want. And so I think it goes hand in hand, and it's them as well as us, and continuing just to get better every single day. So
yeah, and to our student athletes here, our basketball players, what's your experience been like, being in this program, being going through this Sunnyside basketball program, and as Coach is saying, he's probably hard on you guys, but it's for a good reason, right? So tell us a bit about your experiences, as you guys have been in the program for a few years now.
I would say coming in, I came from TUSD, so I came from a total new district, so I didn't really have like a whole
It's a great decision.
lot
you
of
made.
friends or anything like that. Like it was definitely starting new, so you know, I've always loved basketball since I was younger. So coming to the program, like I was a little nervous. I didn't, know Coach Justin, so I was like, "Ooh, I don't know, like this is scary."
Big
But
move.
I really feel like coming into this program was like one of the best things that I could have done, not only for myself, like socially, but I feel like academically, like I feel like I can walk away from this program learning so many new things. Like I've learned how to carry myself like in a high manner, and I've just learned so many life skills and experience that I'm going to need that's just way bigger than basketball. So this experience has been a lot for me.
Yeah, that's impressive. Well said. And so, Dora, Isa, what has been your experience? Is Coach tough on you? Does he yell too much at you? Does he get on you too much? we're putting you guys on the spot. So, what has been your experience?
I think Dora could agree with me that he's probably harder on us two than anyone. He demands the most out of us too because he knows we can give it to him, and he's not asking us for anything that we can't give. He's probably the one who believes in us most out of anybody, and academically, like I used to struggle with my grades really bad, and he was on me. Our other coach, Pete, he was there. He was helping me tutor. And
I'm glad to hear that. So academics are definitely a priority, right? And Dora?
Personally for me, the program has been amazing. It's taught me, like Taylor said, a whole lot of life lessons that I can go and do in the real world and all that. And I feel like compared to like Taylor's experience, I've known Coach Justin since I was like littler because I played club with him on the like little teams and stuff like that. So I feel I wasn't as nervous, and especially with the stuff that we do in the summer, it helps you be more comfortable with the girls that you're going to be around for like a whole lot of months. So I feel like it really does help you ease into it a little bit. And like obviously you're still going to be nervous and all that, but at the end of the day, they're just going to be there for you and all that, and everybody's just going to be one team.
That's right. And, it's funny you say that, nervous, because, when you talk to student athletes, it's okay to be nervous, right? It's okay to have butterflies, as they say, because, all that means is that you care. You care about your performance. You care about doing well. And so, I love that, you guys are so wise beyond your age. I mean, I love that you guys, are responding with, key words like life skills. I mean, I'm a true believer in sports teaches you life skills. It teaches you lessons, right? It teaches you how to be a team player. It teaches you to get along with others. It teaches you the discipline of working hard. And, a coach used to tell me, Coach Sanchez back in the day used to tell me, hey, you're going to get out of it what you put into it, right? It's that simple. He would say, you put a lot into it, you get a lot out of it. You put very little into it, well, that's your result, right? And so I love that you guys, talk about not only what's happening on the court, but how it's helped you off the court as well. And so, and it seems that that's been ingrained in the program, right? That continues to be ingrained in the program. So, we have so much more to talk about, but we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. So don't go away. We're here with Sunnyside Girls Basketball.
You will love SUSD. Don't believe us? Just watch. In Sunnyside Unified School District, students dream big, learn boldly, and grow confidently. From hands-on STEM and arts programs to student athletes earning athletic scholarships, Sunnyside District gives every student a place to shine. Enrollment for the 26-27 school year is now available. Enroll today at susd12.org.
All right, we are back. We are here with Sunnyside Girls Basketball. Just had an amazing season. They're, a record of 26-4, and they continue to just have success year in and year out. And I know you guys are knocking on that door, Coach, in the state playoffs, and we're going to bust through that door here pretty soon. So, I want to talk a little bit with the student athletes about what message do you guys have for those students that are transitioning into high school, right? Those students that may want to play basketball, want to get involved. What messages do you have for them?
I feel like basketball is a great start to getting very involved into your school in general. I mean, it doesn't just have to be basketball, but I feel like a lot of things that we do, we go and we support like our other athletes at our school and we watch their games, and I feel like it's a really good step to not just being involved just in a sport, but being in a community. You're kind of like, you get to see like other sports and they support us too as well. So it just creates a good environment for everyone, and it's just a great step to put your foot in the door. Like first thing to coming into high school, like being around, being in something, being something.
Get involved, right? I mean, that's the main thing. Get involved while you're in high school. There's so much out there for every student, whether it's sports, whether it's clubs or other music, art. I mean, there's so much to do. And so, what would be the message to parents? I always find that question interesting because I think sometimes some parents have a really good perception of what high school's like and what high school sports are like, and some parents don't, right? Let's just be honest. Some parents don't. And so what would you tell parents that are coming in, that are thinking about, hey, I'm thinking about sending my kid to Sunnyside, or I'm thinking about having my kid part of that Sunnyside basketball program? What would you tell, Dora?
Well, specifically for our basketball program, I would say for the parents, just have trust in what we're building. We're building essentially another family and a better community to build each other, and we're always uplifting each other and all that. And it's just always a positive environment, and we're always laughing, giggling, doing literally everything, and we're always hanging around each other, so that builds the connection between us even stronger than it would be like just if you were just friends.
Yeah. Darn, you guys are so good, man. You guys are darn smart, man. You guys really good responses, and I know you guys didn't have the questions because I'm making the questions up as we're going here, but just really thoughtful responses, and Coach, I know it's got to make you proud to listen in on them and just how mature their responses are, about our those students that may be interested in joining the program. Obviously expectations are high. I mean, we all want winning programs, right? We all want to finish on top, right? And so it's important that people understand that you got to put in the work, right? You're not going to come here and things aren't going to be given to you. You got to earn them, and so that's great advice. So any shout outs to anybody out there that you guys want to maybe any shout outs to your teammates? What message do you guys have for your teammates that are out there? I know we only got 3 of you here today, three of the ball players here, but what shout outs do you guys have for your teammates, and what do you want to say about maybe the season, and what are you guys looking forward to next season?
Honestly, I personally would say just shout out to the whole team in general, going down from varsity, JV to freshman, because everybody is always supporting each other, and it's just always a great time every day at practice, no matter how hard the practices can be. Even though they're tough, everybody's always going to have a good time at the end of the day, just because, like I said before, the community we've built, it's like another family.
And so I'm looking at Issa over here because she's over here shying away from talking. But Issa, you're the senior here. What would you tell your younger self, right? I mean, you've just experienced 4 years of high school. You're going to graduate in another month, a little month and a half, right? And what would you tell your younger self? Like, would you change anything? Would you tell your younger self to do something different?
I don't think I would change anything. I think God has a path for me, and I think I went exactly how He had it planned out. I will say, like, to my younger self, to prepare for how hard it's going to be, because everything comes at you all at once. And coming into high school, I wasn't ready for it. I had no idea. And between school and basketball, trying to juggle it was really difficult. So I think just be prepared, be mentally strong.
Mm-hmm. Have a plan, right? That's it. Success doesn't come without a plan. And so Coach, any last thoughts, anything you want to cover that we haven't covered here? Any shout outs? Talk a little bit about the future. What does the future hold for Sunnyside basketball?
Well, the future is definitely bright. This was our first year where I didn't even have any freshmen on our varsity team, and I think that's a tribute to how deep our program is. And it's not that we didn't have freshmen that were talented, it's just we were so heavily stacked on the upperclassmen. And I think they learn over time that way. And also it just helps them, I feel like, mature and come in and not feel like they have to do anything right away. And it's not saying that we can't have any freshmen here in the future if there's talented ones that come in. It's just saying that, hey, we built our program up, and unfortunately, we've even had to do cuts in the past couple of years, and it could be tough. It's really competitive environment. We're one of the top schools, I feel like, here in all of Southern Arizona. And the last thing I would want to say is definitely, obviously, shout out to all my fellow coaching staff and my wife, because without them, I can't do what I do every day. You know, she's the one who allows me to do this consistently.
Right,
so especially since my daughter's left from the team and graduated in 2023. So.
Yeah. I mean, support is huge, right?
Yeah.
Home support, support from parents, support from players. I mean, it makes things a lot easier when you got that support. And I'm speaking from experience as well. So, you know, I just want to thank you guys for coming on to the show. I'm super impressed with what you guys have done over the last several years. Coach Delgado, impressed with how you're leading this program and continue to lead this program. You said it earlier, and I agree with you 100%. You know, Sunnyside girls basketball is one of the top in Southern Arizona. And so I love following you guys, you know, checking out all sports, checking the scores, and I'm so impressed, and not surprised, but impressed that you guys are competing at high levels, and you're knocking down the Pueblos, the Flowing Wells, the Mica Mountains. I mean, the Badgers from Tucson High, Nogales, you know. And so you guys are performing at high levels, and you're competing with the top teams. I mean, you got to play the top teams to get better, right? You can't play these teams that are easy games. And so as you're playing these tough games, it only helps you out throughout the year. And we can't wait to see what happens the next couple years, and you know, as early as next year. You know, earlier I said, I know you're knocking on that door in the playoffs, and I think we're going to knock that door down here pretty soon. So congratulations on all the success that you guys have had and you'll continue to have, and I can't wait to watch you guys live. I might even go ask to play some like one-on-one pickup games with you guys. You guys better watch it. I might bring out my old Jordan 4s I wore in high school, man. And so I may not be able to come to work for the next couple of days, but you know, but I love that. I love the competition, and I love that you guys love the competition, and you know, big. Just a shout out to you guys here. I mean, you guys are such smart young ladies, and you're well spoken, and you're getting it done on the court and off the court. So congratulations, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so that wraps up this episode of Somos Sunnyside. Hasta la próxima.